who pulled up for a catch-up. It's really here from 947 afternoons. And if you're here, it means you've got taste. Go ahead, enjoy the moment you missed. But don't ghost me. Weekdays, 12 to 3 p.m. on 947. I'm loud and way more fun in real time. And yeah, there's more audio magic waiting for you right here on Prime Media Plus.
You're listening to
Mo Flavor on 947.
And I did say earlier that I'm going to be speaking to the founder and CEO of the Woman of Stature Awards, renowned Women Awards happening here in South Africa on the 11th of April. It's happening right here in Joburg, where they get an evening set aside to spotlight the country's most impactful women across industries. Now, it's in its 11th season. And they received over 1,000 nominations this year, marking a significant milestone in recognizing and empowering women across South Africa. Like I said, founder and CEO of the Woman of Stature Awards South Africa joins me right now. Charlotte, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
I'm fabulous. Thank you so much for joining me. I imagine you and the team are up and down this whole week just getting the evening ready.
Absolutely. It's going to be an absolutely wonderful evening. Like before, we've had the most amazing women that have made it through and qualified for the finals.
Amazing.
And Saturday night, it's the big reveal.
This year, I just mentioned now that you got over 1,000 nominations. How much have the awards grown over the years? Because you're celebrating your 11th season. How would you describe the caliber and the quality of the entries as the years go, particularly now in 2026?
Well, I think the brand has actually grown and proven itself. And I think that's the magnitude of what the brand represents in South Africa. It's now magnetizing support. So people are actually coming forward. People are actually now supporting the awards more than ever before. And I guess that's what's building a brand that is credible, that is respected, and that actually stands for the empowerment of women is about.
Now, I imagine with over 1,000 nominations, it gets harder and harder to sift through and I guess check who's in the running for what, because and I don't know if you can tell me this, but I really want to know who's in the running. There's two categories that I'm really, really keen on knowing about, right? Woman CEO of the Year and Woman Entrepreneur of the Year, and how tight the competition is. If you can just tell me who's in the running for those two.
Well, there's quite a few ladies, and obviously, we make sure that the credibility is always maintained because we only announce the winners on the night of the awards. But I can promise you that you will not be disappointed. We've got some of the South Africa's leading women in business, and obviously as CEOs and entrepreneurs go. And I think the entrepreneur category, I think, is specifically important for us in South Africa because we know that the economy is now driven by the entrepreneurs of South Africa, and women are playing a really big role in that. And I think the larger majority of entrepreneurs these days are actually female business owners.
That's true.
So those two definitely very, very tough. But again, it's not a competition. It is a nomination. We look at the impact this person is making in their industries, in their communities. Community work is the heart of what we actually look for within the woman that, that eventually is the finalist and the potential winner. But we are obviously very proud of our very strict process, adjudication, it's a formal adjudication that we have developed over the years. We've even had feedback from adjudicators saying it's the most sophisticated adjudication that they've ever been involved with. And I think that's what stands us out in the crowd, is to say that we have really built something phenomenal. We respect the women, but we at the same time expect the women to show up and to really show that they are worthy of this recognition and this ultimate award on the night.
I like that you actually mentioned that, because when we hear awards, we're already thinking winners and losers, and the fact that this is just an evening to celebrate women across industries and recognize people that have done impeccable work in their communities. It sets this aside really from every other thing that I've heard of. Now, you've got different categories, different industries that you're looking at, and I imagine this does make the adjudication a little tighter and a lot more stringent. What industries would you say are represented this year, and what does that reveal about where women are and where they're making the biggest impact?
Well, I think it's important to say that we also have included industries where it can be seen as a male-dominant industry. And I think that's where the women really stand up and they show their grit. And I think engineering and mining I would put amongst those. There's also, of course, technology where women are really leading in the field of technology as well. And then, in all the other categories, education is important, healthcare is important. We also have arts and culture. I mean, we must never lose the essence of what the country is representing. We're a cultural, diverse country, and we need to have women that are, paving the way for future performers, and authors, and I think that's just a beautiful, beautiful, if I can call it, rainbow nation that we represent on the night as well.
Now, Charlotte, before I let you go, I imagine your morning is pretty busy. Is there, because when things like this happen, you feel like, oh, this is amazing. I imagine there's a lot of focus on the women and the nominees leading up to the evening. But what mentoring, business coaching, or even developmental opportunities do these nominees have, even post the evening?
Well, look, obviously, post the evening, we engage with them all the time. The actual winners of the categories actually forms part of a mentoring program that we've been running for a number of years called Women Rise. So they actually become mentors as well. But we have got such a beautiful concept and program that has been driving the nomination process and the nominee journey since they entered into the actual, call it, program. So we've been running 6 different workshops with them. So obviously from that perspective, they've actually gotten a lot of benefit from being on the journey with us. But I think we have a very large network. The Woman of Stature is proudly also the Professional Collective Business Network. And all of these ladies just automatically filter into the bigger community, which I think is important.
Charlotte, thank you so much for joining me. I've run out of time, but if we had more time, I'd literally speak to you forever about this, because I think this is, I hope the awards of Women of Stature Awards continue to grow in impact and in scale, and in celebrating these women that are shaping what women empowerment looks like in South Africa. So thank you so much, and good luck for Saturday.
Thank you so much, and bye.
Cheers. That's Charlotte du Plessis, who's the founder and CEO of the Woman of Stature Awards. They're celebrating the 11th season on the 11th of April, where they celebrate women across South Africa, across industries, really. There's Woman of the Year, Woman CEO, rather, of the Year that I'm really keen to see who's going to win that one, as well as Woman Entrepreneur of the Year, which I guess Charlotte highlights it that it's a big one because entrepreneurship is very much advised in our country. So it's going to be very interesting to see who walks away with what. Make sure you, stay on their social media to see how the evening is going. It's the Woman of Stature Awards.
947